90 Day Fiancé returns for Season 11 with new and old faces, plenty of tears and the first ever throuple. See the trailer. I should be happy, I should be living my fairy tale, Alliya says in the dramatic teaser as Sarper compares Shekinah to a dictator. 90 Day Fiancé is back and bringing the drama. The fan-favorite TLC show is returning with 7 couples, including some familiar faces. In the Season 11 trailer, fans will get to follow the journeys of Stevie and Maudie, Mark and Mina, Gregory and Joan, Shekinah and Sarper, Shawn and Alliya, Jessica and Juan, and the first ever throuple, Matt, Amani and Eni. The preview kicks off with Mina declaring, "I'm home now," after arriving in the US to be with 59-year-old pilot Mark from New Hampshire. "I guess you could say I got hit by the Cupid arrow right away," Mark says as the pair get into the hot tub together. The trailer later reveals the two have a 2-year-old daughter together, and Mina, who is originally from Paris, France, had to leave behind her 9-year-old son from a previous relationship until he received his passport. "Part of me wonders if she had the baby to try to lock down my dad," Mark's daughter from his first wife, Jordan, says in the preview before Mina tells her, "I think you're a snake. You don't coming to my wedding." According to an official synopsis, Mina begins to question whether she should stay in America or return to France, as the two remain isolated in rural New Hampshire and without her son or a strong bond with Mark's family. Sarper and Shekinah, whose tumultuous relationship has been documented on 90 Day Fiancé. The Other Way appear in the trailer next, with Sarper jogging on the beach with his shirt off. "I believe everything is possible in America," he says before he and Shekinah kiss on the sand. Sarper is from Turkey, where fans last saw Shekinah move while Sarper waited for his visa. The pair went through ups and downs after Sarper struggled to leave behind his Playboy past. And this season will see him proving to Shekinah whether they can truly build a foundation in America. Sarper must prove he can adapt to his new environment without falling back into his old reckless habits, reads a synopsis. Most importantly, he must win the approval of Shekinah's family, and especially from her daughter Sophie. If they don't approve, Shekinah will send Sarper packing. Later in the trailer, things get rocky between Sarper and Shekinah again. "You're just like a dictator," he tells her, to which she replies, "If it's too hard, then leave." Then, Jessica is at the airport to pick up Juan, who came from Colombia to live with her and the baby son they share in Wyoming. Fans previously saw them on 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, where they tested their relationship after meeting on a cruise. "He is used to traveling the world," Jessica tells cameras in the preview. "His life is changing to a 180. According to the synopsis, the couple face many challenges, from Juan's loyalty to Jessica, to Jessica's doubts about Juan's ability to adapt to a major role shift from a carefree cruise ship bartender to full-time dad. With tensions rising and a new family dynamic to navigate, the couple faces a pivotal moment in their love story. Juan later is shown seemingly making a confession of infidelity, saying, "I'm human," when asked if he slept with another woman. Another returning couple is Alliya and Shawn, who reunite in Los Angeles after Alliya traveled from her hometown of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. "It's a new life," Alliya says as she arrives in Beverly Hills. "It's like I'm just born today." Also featured on 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, the couple navigate several obstacles, like their 30-year age gap and the fact that Shawn has kept their relationship a secret from his family and friends. The most difficult hurdle is Shawn's internal struggle. He finds that Alliya, who is a trans woman, is evolving into a very different person than the one he first fell in love with as she continues to transition and explore surgical options, reads the synopsis. Now, Shawn is faced with the most important question of all. Can he say "I do" to someone whose identity is changing before his eyes? Toward the end of the trailer, a dramatic moment at their wedding hints that one of them may be leaving the other at the altar. As Alliya stands her in gown, Shawn can be heard saying, "How could you do this? I should be happy, I should be living my fairy tale." Alliya later tells cameras, teary-eyed, "I just dream about all of this different." The throuple is introduced next, with Matt and Amani bringing exotic dancer Eni, from Tijuana, Mexico, into their married life in San Diego. Together, Matt and Amani are raising 2 daughters, but Amani, who is bisexual, wants to explore a polyamorous relationship. I love being married to Matt, I love being a mom, but we have a third in our relationship, Amani says before cameras capture the throuple in bed together. The threesome has been dating for over a year, and now Matt, Amani and Eni are looking to make their relationship permanent, per the synopsis. To do so, however, means Matt and Amani must divorce to move forward with the K-1 visa, allowing one of them to marry Eni and finally bring her to the US. First, they will travel to Mexico to spend more time with Eni's family and friends and confirm they are making the right decision in their relationship journey. When Mahdi arrives in the US from Iran, he lives in Mississippi with Stevie, who he met through online English classes. When she introduces him to her father after not telling her family about Mahdi, her dad asks, "Is he gonna make you wear a jihad?" The longer he experiences the Midwest, the more Mahdi grows uncomfortable with the political climate. From the outset of his 90-day journey, Mahdi is overwhelmed by homesickness, leaving Stevie worried about their future, the synopsis reads. Along the way, Mahdi uncovers unsettling truths about Stevie, causing him to question his decision. Meanwhile, the couple struggles to bridge deep cultural divides, and Mahdi faces the heart-wrenching dilemma of whether he can truly build a future in the US or if his heart is still tethered to his homeland. Everything appears to come crashing down as the trailer comes to a close, with Mahdi asking Stevie if she is bisexual as she cries next to him. "If I find out that Stevie is bisexual, I really don't think that we can get married," he tells cameras. Joan and Greg are the final couple this season, who fell in love during a vacation in Uganda. Greg, a native of Long Island, New York, is now bringing Joan to the US to start their life together, but things will quickly take a turn when she meets his overbearing mom. Joan, a highly educated NGO director, is deeply committed to her career and values stability and security, while Greg still lives with his overbearing mom and doesn't have a stable job, a synopsis reads. Once in America and living under Greg's mom's roof, Joan begins to feel the strain on their relationship and realizes she needs more from the man she loves. Joan gives Greg an ultimatum: get a steady job or she's headed home. Greg needs to step up and meet Joan's expectations or risk losing the future they've dreamed of, the synopsis adds. 90-Day Fiancé's Ben Rathbun's relationship status with Mahogany Rocha revealed amid cancer diagnosis. Mahogany Rocha's shocking relationship status with 90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days star Ben Rathbun has been confirmed after it was revealed that he has cancer. Ben was introduced as the 52-year-old father of 4 who had fallen for a 22-year-old Peruvian student, Mahogany. Ben didn't mind that Mahogany used several filters on her photos and refused to meet him. Things have changed in 2024 with Ben making headlines for getting arrested and charged with embezzlement of $1,000 to $20,000 from his former workplace and failing to pay child support. 90-Day Fiancé blogger Shabuti recently revealed that Ben had been diagnosed with cancer. They shared the saddening news that Ben has stage 4 cancer. Ben is also too weak for chemotherapy. Ben's family has been gathering to see him. The source mentioned that Mahogany is by Ben's side. She is in the US with Ben and seems to be living with his family in Michigan. They added that Ben has been reaching out to people to make amends. Instagram user HelloIrian asked, "Wait, I thought he was in jail?" 90-Day Fiancé fans also seem to be confused about when Ben was arrested and when he was admitted. The source continued that Ben was arrested on November 25, 2024, but not when Ben went to the hospital after his release. A curious fan wanted to know if Ben was still married to Mahogany. Shabuti replied, "Yes. What Ben and Mahogany being together amid his cancer reveal means when Mahogany was on before the 90 days she ghosted him twice when he went to Peru for the first time. She didn't show up at the hospital, and she didn't agree to meet him later. Ben creepily showed up in her hometown of San Bartolo. Mahogany showed up but was cold and distant and refused to kiss him. Mahogany had given Ben her wrong address. She agreed to go to Wakakina with Ben but left the hotel the next day without informing him. Mahogany always wanted to get away from Ben. Ben claimed it was because she was shy and didn't want to be in front of the camera. Shockingly, Mahogany got engaged to Ben once the show was over. Ben surprised fans with his franchise comeback on 90 Day Diaries in January 2023, where he revealed he and Mahogany were married. Still, Mahogany didn't fully trust Ben. Them still being together and Mahogany staying by Ben's side amid his tough times and not leaving him shows that she truly cares about it. Mahogany may have moved to the US for good now, and his family seems to have accepted her. Our take on Ben and Mahogany's future in the franchise. It's not known if the franchise will acknowledge Ben and Mahogany's story after what has happened. The couple is also missing from social media, and there had been no new update about them until the news of the 90-day fiancé. Before the 90 Days star's arrest, fans are sending prayers to Ben, Mahogany, and their loved ones. While Ben isn't a loved cast member, fans want him to fight cancer and get better soon.